Okay, so now on to our student awards. I'm really excited about this because we have two really just very fitting awards, I think, for the end of this program here. So I'm going to call up Alyssa Tardif and Paula Sampson to come and present the Kitty Dukakis Against All Odds Award.
Thank you. My name is Paula Sampson, and I am so proud to be here honoring some wonderful students and representing the Massachusetts Historical Society, where I work in the education department as the director for National History Day. For those of you who don't know National History Day, how many of you don't know National History Day? How many of you won't admit that you don't know National History Day? Come on. If you don't know National History Day, think science fair, but for history. About 5,000 students in the state of Massachusetts, and multiply that by every state in the union and a number of international affiliates as well, who work with an annual theme in their classrooms. The theme this year is Revolution, Reaction, and Reform in History. And our students take this topic, really deep, primary source, thoughtful research and inquiry, and they produce some unbelievable work. We work with students in grades 5 through 12. We have high school students with us tonight who are the recipients of these two wonderful awards. And they produce, at the other end, documentaries, websites, papers, live performances, museum quality exhibits, and podcasts. And they are really, it's just such inspirational work. And these are students sitting in our public and private schools who I hope will be sitting in your Husky classes very soon. They are terrific kids. And so tonight, we are really happy, both Alyssa and I are really happy to present the Kitty Dukakis Award. So I'm going to turn it over to Alyssa to do that.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Alyssa Tardif. I am Director of Education at the Massachusetts Historical Society, and I am so pleased to be here, but so pleased, too, for the partnership that Mass Historical has with the Dukakis Center, with the School for Public Policy and Urban Affairs, and I just want to thank Alicia and Maria and Beverly for inviting us here today. It is our pleasure to help present the Kitty Dukakis Against All Odds Award to Lydia Dang and Maria Dang from Lexington High School for their group documentary, Anna May Wong and the Fight for Asian American Representation in Hollywood. If you would both, Lydia and Maria, come up and get your prize. And Lydia and Maria will speak just briefly about their wonderful project.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll take the floor. It's all yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Lydia, and this is my sister, Maria. First of all, we would like to express our thanks to the organizers of the event, the Dukakis Center, Northeastern University, and the Massachusetts Historical Society for the opportunity to introduce our documentary on Anna May Wong. Our journey to the National History Day competition in Washington, D.C. started with the question, why did the first global Asian American movie star have to depart her country just to acquire for lead roles? We chose to share the narrative of Chinese American actress Anna May Wong because her professional journey marks a major change in the U.S. media. We learned how the American film industry's well-known golden age was built on a foundation of discrimination against actors with minority backgrounds. In the case of Asian Americans, the film industry employed practices like yellow faces on white performers to silence authentic representation. Moreover, producers and directors would repeatedly deny Anna May Wong film roles because of numerous administrative guidelines and policies under the Chinese Exclusion Act, and then the existing anti-miscegenation laws.
For us, this project became personal. As we sifted through the documents in the Library of Congress and at the Smithsonian, we saw photographs of the 1871 Chinese massacre and xenophobic propaganda used to dehumanize our community. At the same time, we also witnessed the strength of Anna May Wong. When cast out of Asian American cinema, she left for Arab and became a new woman. She would not allow filmmakers to pigeonhole her into a single identity. For our community today, this project offers a bridge. One story matters because we cannot understand history as just a collection of events that happened long ago. It dictates the stories of today. By raising awareness of her legacy, we not only became advocates of equitable and inclusive storytelling practices today, but also hope to show audiences how a single absence of a voice in our society can mean generations of diminished culture and history for every American.
It is our great honor to soon have the opportunity to present Anna Mae Wong's legacy at the National Historical Society in Washington. We thank you for this opportunity to share her courageous work. Once again, the USA stands at an inflection point where we must insist upon the founding values of our country, embedded in our Declaration of Independence. Namely, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Clearly, today we must add a woman to this profound opening remark in our nation's history, particularly women from significant different backgrounds. We believe that this is precisely in our unity across races, cultures, and time, that we reinforce the most important value that our country has long defended, something Governor and Mrs. Dukakis defended throughout their long career in public service. Thank you all sincerely for this opportunity to share our documentary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and now to our last award of the evening, the Ted Landsmark Good Trouble Award. I'm going to ask Ted to award it to the deserving student. I don't even know who it is. It's like a big surprise reveal to me. And then I have Richard O'Brien on deck to then honor Ted as having the last word, because this is Richard's house, so he gets the last word before the cake. So take it away, Ted.
Well, look, we know what this is about. It's about stirring up the kind of trouble that makes a positive difference. I'm deeply honored to have this award associated with my name. I don't consider it named for me as such. But I'm looking forward to the awardees because you've demonstrated already your commitment to making the kind of good trouble that makes a difference, a positive difference in the world. And you have a lifetime ahead of you to continue this work that you've started. So Hannah Beezer and Ann Quartz, you're here. Come on up. Love seeing you. Don't stop.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You,
Thank you.
good.
Hi, my name is Ann Quartz. And I'm Hannah Beezer. Thank you so much for this award. This means a lot to us, especially because of what we learned while researching our topic, the Soweto Uprising. We chose this topic because we were drawn to the idea that students our own age were the ones who sparked such a massive shift in history. Their bravery was our inspiration, and it showed us that history isn't just about dates. It's about the choice to stand up when things are unjust, even if it's dangerous to do so.
It was a challenging process putting this documentary together, but stories like this deserve to be told accurately and with a lot of respect. And the things that we learned from this experience will stay with us for the rest of our lives. And we're really grateful that the judges in the Northeastern community saw the value in that. We would also like to thank our teachers and our parents and everyone who supported us along the way. Thank you for this honor and for helping us share this impactful story. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.
She says a roast, man. I just happened to watch the Kevin Hart roast the other day. No. Well, I guess I'm the one that stands between you all and going home, huh? I gotta share something because I'm just starting to realize that when you know people as a young person that life has a way of bringing you full circle. And I've known Ted for quite a while. And as you grow and as you begin to expand your knowledge and expand your levels of experience, you begin to learn things about people that you've known all your life that you didn't know all along. And I was teasing Ted because I just realized how much he was into the arts the other day. And what I sense is happening for myself and the generations that are coming behind you all is that we are beginning to feel what your legacy and your work and your history is really all about. You know, as I grew up, my brothers and I, you know, we learned from our dad, of course, and we saw and experienced a lot of the difficult times. But right now, we know him better and the work that he's done now, even though he's been gone over 30 years, more than we ever knew, because it's people like Ted and people like all of you all that knew him that help us to understand the impact. And Ted's legacy here at Northeastern is going to live for a long time because, yes, he was director of the Dukakis Center, but Ted the person, Ted the professional, Ted the activist, you know, Ted the artist, Ted, all of these things are the things that impact us and our generation that's coming behind us. And I can't say enough about Ted's personality. You know, they named that Good Trouble Award after you because you are good trouble, man. And he'll speak softly, but next thing you know, he just cut somebody off at the knees, you know. But in the spirit of John Lewis, Ted represents all that John Lewis was about, and making sure that even as difficult as times can get, that there are people willing to step up and challenge things that are unjust, challenge things that are wrong, and make sure that they don't go unresponded to. And Ted is one of those people. And so we are fortunate here at Northeastern University that he is a colleague and a friend, but more importantly, he's a teacher. And the number of students' lives that he's impacted has been immense. And so I want to thank you, Ted, even though Alicia told me it was a roast. I want to thank you for all that you've done on behalf of everybody that is here. You know, you have really had an impact here at Northeastern. And I just want to say one thing about our friend and colleague, Governor Dukakis. You know, when I came to Northeastern, I first joined the political science department. Chris Basso and, you know, John Ports and Barry Bluestone and Dennis Sullivan and all those guys embraced me when I came in. But I walked by Governor Dukakis' office and he saw me. He's good friends with my dad. They were fighting in the political fields together. And he said, he knew I was coming. He said, come here, sit down. And anybody who went into Dukakis' office, you knew you were going to get a lesson. You know, he was going to teach you about something. And somehow we got on technology and talking about how political strategy now is so technologically based, you know, and he'd listen to me talking. I just graduated in my doctoral program, and I'm telling him about all this new technology that we can use and all this other stuff. And he said, yeah, you still got to knock on doors, man. But what he was trying to communicate to me, and Ted does the same thing, is that it's the relationships with people that still matters to this day. You know, regardless of how advanced we get with technology, and I know all the concerns that we raise about AI, but nothing replaces those personal connections. And Ted is one of those people that I've yet to see anybody that don't like Ted. That's why when you said roast, I was like, how you gonna roast somebody that everybody likes? But it speaks to his genuineness and his personal warmth and how much he cares about people. And that's a lesson that all of us will take with us wherever we go. And so thank you once again, Ted. Can't say enough about how much you mean to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, we can sing happy birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
It is Ted's birthday. We got a cake for him in the back. Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
got to sing for your cake.
Yeah, you got to sing.
Sing it,
We got to sing happy birthday.
Right,
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ted. Happy birthday to you. Thank you all. So now your name is Ted Good Trouble Landsmark. You want, yeah. There you go.
Just one final word, as much in relation to my birthday as anything else. We're going through some very troubled times right now. That's obvious. And one of the things that you realize as you get to a certain age is that if you're persistent and you're a steady advocate, the worst passes, not because it just passes, but because of your advocacy. And the worst of this will pass because of the work you're doing. And I'm very appreciative of your being here, but more importantly, of the commitment that I know that you've shown to bringing about the kinds of changes that need to be made right now. So thank you very much. There's cake in the back.